Hey there, it's Nicole Lewis-Keeber, founder of Nicole Lewis-Keeber Coaching, speaker, podcaster, therapist, money mindset coach. And I'm here to begin another series to react to a post that I saw Scott Olford create. Oh gosh, it's probably been about 4 weeks now since I first saw it, and I've been kind of playing with it and thinking about it. And of course, as soon as I go live, my cats are starting to swarm around me. So if you see a cat tail or a little bit of fur, it's because they're swarming in. So we're going to be talking about this post for a while. I don't know that I'm going to do 21 reactions to this post because his post was called 21 Random Things That You Should Know About Making Your First Seven-Figure Income. Now, believe it or not, not all of my clients really want to make a seven-figure income. Thanks for Michelle for the little heart face kitty. So, that might be surprising to some of you, but a lot comes with that for people. So not all of my clients want to make a seven-figure income, but for those who do, apparently that's his audience. He had this whole post about 21 random things that you should know. So the very first random thing that he posted, which I'm not sure is so random at all. So I'm going to actually respond to it and call them not so random things you should know. But the first one that he wrote is that growth can be exponential. Thus, our human mindset of linear thinking doesn't apply. Excuse me. Okay? Hey, Patrice. So he's right about that. So I just wanted to expand on that a little bit. So life and business are not a train ride. A lot of my clients hear me say this. Life, business, it is not a train ride that goes straight from one station to the next, nice and tidy and sometimes on time. It doesn't go straight from one stop to the next. It's more of a voyage. It's more of a boat ride in that sometimes you're at port and you're in preparation, and sometimes you have clear sailing and the view's beautiful, the wind's in your hair. Sometimes there are stormy seas. And what's most important is that you have tools to navigate. Now, sometimes you have tech, that's working for you to help you navigate, and that's great. A lot of times that's not available to us. So we have to have a nice toolkit on handling life and business and the fact that it is not linear. And so the things that you really need to cultivate to help you manage this voyage are, intuition, really. Your intuition about what is right for you, and knowing that your life and business is not going to be a straight line, that's not linear, and that growth is exponential. It is up, down, it's all around. And sometimes you have to interpret success in a lot of different ways. That intuition and that deeper knowing is really going to help get you back on track. Sometimes you're going to be steering by starlight. Martha Beck always talks about steering by starlight and how finding your North Star is important. So sometimes you're going to navigate through tech. Sometimes it's intuition. Sometimes it's going to be something like using the stars to help you navigate. So that clear knowledge of what your skill set is to help you manage this voyage is going to be very important. So it could be technology, it could be someone to help you, it could be your intuition, or it will be steering by starlight. But one of the things that I have begun to realize and really incorporate into my own life and business, and I'm working pretty heavily with clients to do this as well, is knowing your past. Okay, there's something very important about looking back. And gosh, I can't tell you how many times people say, Nicole, I don't want to look back, there's no point in it, it's the past, who cares? But there is some rich knowledge in identifying and analyzing the patterns of your past to really help you identify the strengths that you have and the courage and the possible blocks or blind spots towards the future. So looking to the past is very important. Because when you can look back at those patterns and you can see, okay, I see these 2 or 3 things that I experienced that have really impacted my desire to be an entrepreneur, my desire to have security through my own money. These are the things that really propelled me to do this, and that put me on this nonlinear journey of growth that goes up and down all around this entrepreneurial life. What are those things so that I can begin to have that knowledge and incorporate it into the plan I have for my business so that its impact doesn't affect my decisions in a disempowering way. It actually impacts my decisions in a place from knowledge and clarity. I hope that makes sense. Because when you have that, when you have all your tools on board, you have your tech, you have your steering by starlight, when you have your intuition, when you have the clarity of your past and how it's been impacting your present and can impact your future for, for empowerment and disempowerment, it helps you make decisions that create a course correction. Okay. Again, we're on this voyage, so we need course correction. We're heading towards stormy seas. What toolkit are we going to use? Course correct. So when you can have all these tools together and you can, bring them into this toolkit that's amazing to help you course correct, it's going to help you find more groundedness in your business and life. And it's really going to help you have that solid approach to all things within this crazy, wacky world of entrepreneurship. So when he says that growth can be exponential and thus the human mindset of linear doesn't apply, he is very true. That is very true, and he is very right on that. But there's so much more to that statement. It's just one little sentence, and it feels random when you write it that way. But when you unpack it and you look at all that's available to you, it's quite an amazing thing. So, anyone have any comments or questions about that? I kind of, pulled out a lot of things within that statement around the sea voyage that we're on as entrepreneurs, and so I'm curious what your thoughts are. If you have any comments or questions. Or perhaps, what is your toolkit? Are you rely heavily on technology? Do you rely heavily on intuition? Are you more a steering by starlight person? I'm someone who brings a lot of those to my toolkit all together, and I definitely believe that the clarity of patterns of your past can help you create an empowering future. So now my nose is itching. Yeah, Patrice says that is a lot to unpack in one statement. I think the core takeaway is that business and entrepreneurship and success around that is not linear, that it is a sea voyage, and that you need all these skill sets to come to bear to help you feel grounded and be able to see clearly on the horizon, no matter whether there's stormy seas or whether it's a beautiful day or whether you're in port and you're preparing for your next steps. All of these things are very important. And if you want your entrepreneurial journey and making your first 7 figures, if you want it to be linear and you want it to be a train ride that's nice and tidy, that is something to think about. That is something to work on that mindset. That is something to, really kind of unpack yourself and figure out, is this journey for me? Is this something that I can do and that I can excel at and that will make me feel safe and secure in doing it? All right. So thank you. Hey, Jessica. Thank you, Michelle, for those insights. So there are 21 random things on this list. I probably am not going to respond to all 21, but I have a pretty decent list of ones that I want to respond to and unpack further, because I think that, when you just look at one statement from someone who talks about earning 7 figures and they just give you this one little sentence, it's good to get you thinking, but I really feel like that there's more information here that could be unpacked. So that is what I'm going to do. Michelle says, well, of course, looking back is part of my business, so I think it's important to look but not dwell. Right. There's information there that you can gather to help you move forward. And Michelle relies on books and journaling. Yes. Michelle helps people look back at family stories, history, bringing this information together to help families create a picture of who they were. It's kind of, Michelle, you can speak to it more than me as far as like what you would call it. But yes, she does actually help families look back to help them create a family story. And as with all things, looking, our history has things that are really awesome, things that really sucked. And there is information for both of those that could be helpful in helping you create a sustained business that is successful and emotionally satisfying. Memoir writer. So easy. I knew she could say it easier than I could. All right. Any other questions about this post? Growth can be exponential, thus our human mindset of linear thinking doesn't apply. Okay, so I hope y'all are well. We are digging out from over 1.5 feet of snow here in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It's beautiful. I ain't gonna lie. It is gorgeous. So Wherever you're at, be it sunny, snowy, I hope that you're doing well, that you're safe, secure, happy, and that this gives you something to think about. And if you're here on the replay, I would love to hear what your comments or questions are. And let's have a conversation about this. Even if you don't agree with me, even if you think that his post is just, succinct and right in the way it is, and if you don't agree with me on looking back and having value, that's fine too. I love conversations about this. All right, so go secure your toolkit, pack it up, figure out what it is that you need for you and your business so that you can manage that voyage, not that train ride. Manage that voyage and bring all that is amazing about you into the world so that we can so that you can help other people. Okay, thank you for the thumbs up. Hey Tara, thank you for the heart. Y'all have an amazing day. This is Nicole Lewis-Keeber, and I am out. See ya.